Hey, good morning everyone. It's Shelly with Gilbert Marketplace, and today I'm going to do a few projects for St. Patrick's Day. Let me see if I can get this working over here. Okay, so we're going to begin by, we are going to make this cute St. Patrick's sign. I started, what you'll need is a wood board. This is the cauldron with the gold on top. The 3-piece little cardboardy sign. You will need 2 to 3 packages of the foam coins and clovers. You'll need 1 package of the plastic coins. You'll need some glue sticks, and you're going to need a couple paintbrushes, some gold paint, and some black paint. You could always use yellow if you don't have gold. Okay, so to do this project, obviously we're going to start with black. We're going to paint the cauldron on the bottom black. That will be our gold pot. Then we will take the gold where all the coins are and paint that. I did that so that we're not going to take all day on our video today. So that's our black. The gold is all up on there. Then you're going to take all your coins and just randomly place them and glue them. So I just left, 1 or 2 here to glue on. And what I did is I made them so it's like 3-dimensional, so they're not all just sitting flat. And then I used a couple of the 4-leaf clovers to fill in, just because I thought that made it look kind of cute. Next, you're going to take the hat and the sign, and we're going to take the feet and we're going to glue those right on the back. So just take your little feet. It will look like our little leprechaun fell in his pot. So we'll just put a good amount of glue on the bottom of his legs, and then we're just going to place them kind of crooked and just kind of give it a second for it to glue down. And so it kind of looks like our leprechaun fell in the gold pot. And then we're going to take our sign. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to add a little bit of glue. Just get that kind of all over, a good amount of that. And place it on your pot the way you want. I'm just going to center mine, so we're just going to push down for a minute or 2 so that will stick. And then you'll have this cute little St. Patrick's Day sign. Super cute. So you could just hang it. That's why I didn't take off the rope. You could just hang it on a little wreath hook on your door, or you could mount it right in the center of a wreath. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that, but I did do the looping and puff on a Dollar Tree form too. All these materials you can get at the Dollar Tree right now, and then you can make a cute little wreath out of it. So that's one of our little projects that we are going to do. Also, I'm going to show you how I do these cute little gnomes. They're very simple, but I have a couple of those that will also be part of our St. Patrick's decoration. And what you'll need for that is some fur. I buy it by the yard, and you can purchase that at Hobby Lobby. I feel like that is the best. This one I do believe I picked up at Walmart just because I had it. You can either get a sock or any kind of fabric that you like for your pattern. This one was the hand towel, and I just fold it and make like a triangle to make this one. So if you don't have a sock, this one's just a sock. It's that I picked up at the Dollar Tree also. So what you'll need is a plain white sock. That's going to be the body. You'll need some rice. I just get basically a cup. You'll need some fiberfill and a wood bead. You can just pick those up at Hobby Lobby. So to begin this project, what I do, normally I put it on a cup. Since I forgot my cup, we're just going to pour our rice right in the sock. Ooh. We're going to, that way it will give it some weight so it won't tip. But you're going to fill about a cup, like I said, in my sock for his body. And then I take the fiber fill and I put that inside. And I don't really mush it too crazy because I don't want the head to be bigger than the body. Okay, so we're just gonna make it kind of a long, shape like that. And then I just take a piece of twine that you can also get cotton twine at the dollar store. All three of these projects are all Dollar Tree specials. Okay, so now you have that. Now you're gonna grab your fur, and there is like a groove in the sock, and I find that that's really helpful. These come in a package of 3 at the Dollar Tree. You can buy men's. I wouldn't buy the kids because it might be a little smaller, but if you want a small, medium, large, that might be a good idea. But there's that rib, and what I do is I pretty much use that as my placement. So I take my fur and I just add a little hot glue. And you can also pick up glue sticks at the Dollar Tree because you'll need those. Give it a little bit of glue, and I just put that along the edge of my fur, and then follow that line, and I just kind of squeeze it on there. Okay, so now he has a beard. Okay, and then what I do, sorry I dropped that, I take my sock. In this case we're just going to use this sock, and then you just kind of squeeze it, shape it where you want it. And I did put a little bell on it, but just pull that down just like that. And the heel of the foot, you can see in the back, it's kind of just a little bit scrunchy or something. It's not very noticeable, so you don't have to worry about that. I kind of bend it over. If you wanted it to be more pointy, you could just put a little bit more fiber fill in there. And then I center and glue on my wood nose. So we'll just take a little glue. And because the sock has that nice tight edge, it totally does not need to be glued on. But when you put the nose on in the middle right there, it holds it on. You ain't gonna have no problems like that. Now I did make this little tag that has a 4-leaf clover, and you could use a little pin and tie it on, or you could write lucky or something fun like that to embellish it. But that's as simple as that for those cute little gnomes. And then our third project that we're going to do today is a reverse canvas. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but I hear it a lot, and then I always thought, geez, what are they doing exactly? So I did a little investigation. I also bought this canvas at the Dollar Tree, and this is an 8x10. You can just pick one of those up. What you'll want to do is remove all the staples, okay? There's this handy dandy tool that you can use called Trackwise, and you just kind of push it in there and pop them out. Okay, for safety and time, I just did that already. Next, you will stain. After you pop that off, this is what will come out of it. You'll have kind of an ugly side and a nice side. And what I did is I just took some stain and put it on there. So you could leave it natural, but it would be the light wood, like that. I don't know if you could see that on the edge. It would be the light wood, but I wanted it to be dark. But you're not gonna throw away your vinyl. We're going to take the vinyl that normally would have this edge all the way around it, and what I do is I cut it. I cut it exactly on the fold, okay? So you can just use your scissors. Now you have a piece of vinyl, and you could use either side. If you want it to be more cream, you'd use this side. If you want the canvas white side, then you'd use this side, which I do. So whatever side you want to show, you're obviously going to place that down on the wood frame. You're going to use the back of the frame that had all the original ugly staples, okay? And then you will need your staple gun. make sure you buy small staples because you don't want it to go through the project. And you're just going to staple along the edge and the top, right in the center of the wood. Now, when you're doing the other side, this is canvas, so you want to pull it nice and taut on this side. So, you know, pull taut and staple. Pull taut and staple. Pull taut and staple. Okay? So that it's nice and tight, because you don't want it to be, you know, sloppy. And that is what they call a reverse canvas. So now my canvas is on the inside. Now if you staple it and you got a little edge showing like I did, you're going to just use your scissors or a razor blade and kind of trim it up. So if there's like any sticking out on the outside, just give it a little trim so you don't see it from the front, so it looks a little bit more professional and clean. I don't know. You don't want to cut it too short when you cut it, so, but it's when you're pulling taut, usually on that side, it will kind of come over a little because it does have a little bit of a stretch factor to it. Okay, so now I have this cute little frame that was the inside of the canvas on the outside, with the canvas being the back. So it's all stapled on the back, nice and clean. And then what you'll do, in this case, I'm gonna make a little shamrock. What I did is I picked up these cute little foam shamrocks, and this is glitter. Glitter and me have a hate-love relationship. It's nice and blingy, but it makes a mess. But what I did, I used the darker green in there, and I purchased some moss. Moss is my favorite, also a nice messy thing. But they have the moss at the Dollar Tree also. And I took that and I glued it all over the shamrock. I used the glittery side just so that when I glued it down it would be smooth. I glued that all on with the hot glue gun, and then I just took my scissors and trimmed around the edges. So that way I still have my shamrock shape, pardon me. And then what I did is I took it outside and I did spray it with this clear adhesive. Some people use glue. I just didn't have any, but that will help keep it from kind of fraying all over the place. And then I'm just gonna center mine and just put a little bit of glue on it. So just glue the back and place it right where you would like it. And if you had a vinyl machine, you could write a word or something like that. But I think I'll just kind of leave it super cute, just like that. So now we have 3 little projects that we have done. We have our sign, our picture, and a couple gnomes. And honestly, that's going to be it for St. Patrick's Day. All these projects cost me probably around $13, because you need the board, the sign, a couple packages of the foam. This was $2. And then your gnomes, you can make quite a few because the package comes with 3 pairs, so it gives you 6 socks, but then you have to buy the decorative socks too. So for $13, you have a really great look, and you can put a few St. Patrick's Day. I know it's not a huge holiday, especially out here in Arizona, but some great ideas for you to use. Hey, again, it's Shelly with Gilbert Marketplace, and thanks for watching. Everyone have a great Valentine's Day, and start your St. Patrick's projects now.